November 2022. In a single day, one of the most trusted crypto exchanges on Earth gets hit with $6 billion in withdrawal requests. $6 billion. In hours. And the people running it look at their accounts and realize the money isn't there. Not most of it. Not some of it. It's just not there. Millions of customers, life savings, gone in the time it takes to watch this video. So how does that happen? How does a company that looks so simple, so safe, vanish overnight and take everyone down with it? To understand that, you have to understand the strangest business on the internet, the crypto exchange. Because from the outside, it looks like nothing. Build an app, list some coins, add a green button that says buy. Done. Easiest money in the world. And it is, until it isn't. This is the only kind of company that can print billions in 3 months and be a crater in 3 days. Same business, same model, both true at once. Stick with me, because by the end, you'll see the whole machine. Where the money actually comes from, and why it's almost never where you'd guess. Why an exchange is secretly 3 businesses wearing one disguise. And why the ones that die don't die from the market. They die from something far quieter, far scarier. Let's pull it apart. First, forget the idea that all exchanges are the same. They're not. There are 3 sizes, and they might as well be 3 different worlds. At the bottom, the little ones. A few $1 million to launch, a website, a handful of coins, and one thing keeping them breathing, the bull market. When crypto's hot, cash pours in. When it goes cold, they're already bleeding out in silence. In the middle, the real fighters. Kraken, Gemini, Crypto.com. Big teams, big budgets, clawing at each other over one prize, the American trader. And at the very top, the empires. Coinbase, the only major US exchange trading on the stock market. $7.4 billion in revenue in 2025. And Binance, the biggest on the planet. Up here, exchange is the wrong word entirely. These are financial nations. Now, first surprise, the hardest part of building one? It isn't the code. The software is cheap. Anyone can copy it. The real price of getting in is 3 things: licenses, banking connections, and trust. Burn that last word into your mind. Trust. Because it's going to walk back into this story later and burn almost everyone to the ground. Okay, the question that runs everything. Where does the money actually come from? Start with the obvious, trading fees. You buy, you sell, they take a slice. Trade $1,000, they grab a few. Tiny. Boring. But run it across millions of people, every second, every hour, all night long, and it becomes a river of cash that never stops flowing. But that's the part you're meant to see. Here's the part hidden right under your nose, the spread. Watch closely. You open a friendly little app to buy Bitcoin. You are not seeing the real price. You're seeing their price. And there's a gap between what you pay to buy and what you'd get back if you sold 1 second later. That gap? It's theirs. Silent, invisible, on every single trade. And now, the twist that rewires how you see this whole thing. That easy little app, the beginner one, the big, friendly green button. That is the single most profitable product in the entire company. Not the sleek pro screen for the experts, the easy one for everybody else. Think about it. A newcomer taps buy, swallows a fat hidden spread, and never feels a thing. Meanwhile, the pro on the advanced platform pays almost nothing because he knows exactly where the traps are. So the one who understands the least pays the most. Just like a casino. The house doesn't fear the card counter. The house feeds on the tourist. But hold on. It gets stranger. Because for the biggest exchange in America, trading isn't even the main event anymore. At Coinbase, about 40% of 2025's revenue came from something with nothing to do with trading at all. 5 years earlier, that number was 4%. 4 to 40. That's not growth. That's a completely different animal, hiding inside the same skin. So if it's not trading, then what is it? Here's the secret. A crypto exchange isn't one business. It's 3. A brokerage, a bank, and a casino. 3 machines welded together inside one tiny app. You already met the brokerage, fees, and spreads. Now the bank. And this is where the real money is buried. An exchange is sitting on a mountain of your stuff, your dollars, your coins, just lying there, doing nothing. And here's the move that changes everything. They earn money on all of it, while it just sits. 1. Stablecoins. A stablecoin is just a digital dollar, a coin built to always equal exactly $1. Coinbase is tied to one called USDC, and it earns interest on the billions of dollars backing that coin, the same way a bank earns off the cash you leave in your account. That one stream alone, over $1 billion a year. 2. Staking. Some coins let you lock them up to help run the network, and they pay you a reward for it. The exchange does the locking for you, and quietly shaves off a cut, hundreds of millions a year, just for holding your coins still. 3. Custody. Wall Street doesn't want to hold crypto itself. Too scary, too easy to lose. So it pays the exchange to guard it instead. And now that crypto lives inside ETFs and retirement accounts, that business is going vertical. Even BlackRock, the biggest money manager on the planet, needs someone to hold the keys. And Coinbase raised its hand and said, "We'll do it for a fee." And then there's the casino, the design itself. Every pixel of that app is built to keep you trading and keep your money trapped inside. One-tap buys, price alerts buzzing your pocket at midnight, recurring buys that quietly drain your bank every week on autopilot, VIP tiers to feed your ego, staking that chains your coins down so walking away actually hurts. None of it is an accident. All of it is designed to keep you in and keep you moving. Oh, one more. Listing fees. A new coin wants onto a big exchange because that's instant credibility, so they pay for it, cash or tokens. The exchange is literally selling seats at its own table. So let's crush this whole machine into one sentence. Fees times volume plus the yield on everything they're holding, all multiplied by trust. The fees, the interest, that part is bulletproof. That engine never sleeps. But that last word, trust, is the one holding the knife. Because trust is a multiplier that can drop to 0, silently, instantly, with no warning at all. And the second it hits 0, every other number turns to dust. The whole empire just falls. Which brings us straight back to the beginning. If this machine is so perfect, why do the biggest ones keep detonating? Here's the key. It's almost never the market. Because what an exchange truly sells isn't crypto, it's trust. And trust is the most fragile thing on earth. It shatters faster than any spreadsheet can catch it. Now, here's the part that should make your stomach drop. An exchange swears you can pull your money out anytime you want. But a lot of them don't actually keep it all sitting there, ready, waiting, dollar for dollar. And unlike a real bank, there's no government insurance behind it, no safety net, no one coming to catch you when it falls. So if everyone rushes the exit at the same moment, a bank run, even an honest exchange can freeze solid on the spot. And a dishonest one? It was already dead. You just didn't know it yet. There are 3 ways trust dies: fraud, hacks, and regulators. Let me show you all 3. Number 1, the money was never there. Remember that $6 billion day from the start? That was FTX. In 2022, it was the safe one, the grown-up in the room, a Super Bowl ad, its name bolted onto a stadium, its founder shaking hands inside Congress, celebrities lining up to bless it. It looked absolutely bulletproof. It was a lie. Behind the curtain, customer money people handed over just to buy crypto, was being funneled out the back door, straight into a secret trading company. And those reserves holding it all up? A token FTX had printed itself, conjured out of thin air. Then one report leaked, and in a heartbeat, the world realized the vault was empty. Panic. Everyone sprinting for the door at the exact same second. And in a matter of days, it was over. Around $8 billion of customer money gone. Not stolen by hackers, not lost in a crash, just gone. The lesson is savage, and it's simple. An exchange that touches your money, for anything, is already dead. It just hasn't been handed the date yet. And this is nothing new. Rewind to Mt. Gox. It once ran most of the Bitcoin trades on the whole planet. Then it got hacked, slowly, silently, for years, until it simply crumbled to nothing. Same story, different weapon. Which brings us to number 2, the vault cracks. Hacks aren't old news. They're happening right now, at a size that's almost impossible to picture. One exchange, Bybit, got drained for around $1.5 billion, the biggest crypto theft ever recorded. And even Coinbase, one of the most careful players in the game, admitted a data theft in 2025 that cost it hundreds of millions. Here's why crypto is so exposed. These transactions can't be undone. There's no calling the bank to reverse it. Steal it once, and it's flying across the world in minutes. No chargebacks, no undo button, not ever. So security isn't a nice extra, it's a war with no ceasefire. Cold storage, insurance, endless audits, whole teams of people whose only purpose on Earth is guarding the vault. It's the invisible price of simply staying alive. And number 3, the big one, right here in America, the regulators. For years, one giant question hung over everything. Is a crypto coin a security, like a stock, ruled by the SEC? Or a commodity, like gold, ruled by a completely different agency? Nobody knew. So exchanges lived in a fog, and instead of clear rules up front, they mostly got sued after the fact. They called it regulation by enforcement. You break a rule you didn't even know existed, and you find out the hard way, in a courtroom. And the fines are monstrous. Binance, the biggest exchange alive, paid a settlement of about $4.3 billion for failing to follow the rules. Its founder stepped down. Let that land. You can be the single most profitable exchange on the planet and still get gutted. But here's the twist. In 2026, the rules are finally starting to change. The SEC has a friendlier leader for crypto now. Congress is pushing a new law, the Clarity Act, built to finally decide who's actually in charge of what. And there's a fresh framework just for stablecoins, those digital dollars. Clarity is coming. But here's the catch. That's a gift for the giants and a death sentence for the little guys. Because rules cost money, and only the empires can afford to obey every last one. Oh, and one thing that hits every American right in the wallet: taxes. In the US, almost every crypto trade is a taxable event, and exchanges now report you straight to the IRS. So it's not just a store anymore, it's practically become a tax office. Another cost. Another reason trust and paperwork quietly decide who lives and who dies. So step back. Look at the whole machine at once. The guarantee part, the fees, the interest on your money, bulletproof. But everything stacked on top, trust, security, regulators, staying solvent, that's the graveyard. That's where the fortunes go to die. And here's the final reveal. A modern crypto exchange is barely an exchange at all. Coinbase even calls itself the everything exchange. Trading is just the bait, the shiny hook that drags you through the door. The real money, the money that lasts, is the boring bank humming underneath, earning interest on billions of other people's dollars, guarding them for a fee. It's a bank, wearing a trading app's clothes. And the customer of the future isn't some guy buying $100 of Bitcoin on his lunch break. It's Wall Street. It's the giant funds. It's BlackRock. This whole business is quietly crawling off the casino floor and slipping into the plumbing of the entire financial system. So, how much do you actually make if you pull this off?
Run a small exchange and you live cycle to cycle. Thin margins, brutal competition. Always one hack or one regulator away from zero. But run it at Coinbase scale? $7.4 billion in a single year. Billions in pure profit. A steady, bank-like engine humming beneath it all. And a founder who became a billionaire many times over. That's the prize. But never forget the one rule that decides everything. The exchange that gambles with your money dies. The exchange that never touches it lives. So here's the truth about this entire business. In a casino, the house always wins. In a crypto exchange, the house wins too. Right up until the day everyone asks for their money back at once. And the only question that has ever mattered is whether it's actually there.